Hi, I'm Allison, and this video is here to show you a few different ways you can do vinyasas in your yoga flow classes. So you might be familiar with the term vinyasa. It's used to describe some types of yoga classes, and it's also used to name a series of poses that we link together in flow classes. So it can be both the name of the class and also a series of poses linked with breath during the class. The word vinyasa is a Sanskrit word, Sanskrit being the ancient language of India and the language of yoga. Vinyasa means to place in a specialized way. So as you think about where you place your hands and your feet, that's one way to think about living the vinyasa, right? Placing intentionally in a special alignment that is perfect for your body. Another meaning I really like is to place your attention in a specialized way, focusing on the breath, focusing on the sensations in the body, turning off the attention that you might be inclined to put on the person next to you or the teacher, and instead recognize that the most special, true way to practice yoga is to have your own experience. So that's a breakdown of the word vinyasa. And now we'll get onto our mats in a moment, and I'll show you a few different options for your vinyasa. We'll progress from the most accessible, gentler version to more and more challenging or progressed versions. And you can incorporate any of these at any point in your yoga practice. So on the days when my energy is low, I might choose the first version I'm going to show you. On days when I'm really feeling like I want to kick it up a notch, I might go all the way over to the other side, but often I'm somewhere in between. So find what works for you, put on your comfortable clothes, and let's meet on the mat. All right, so your first vinyasa option will take place primarily on hands and knees. So you'll come to all fours here. We'll place our attention first on our hands. So spread your fingers wide. Bring your wrists underneath your shoulders. And press the four corners of your palms down. Imagine a little thumbtack in the center of your palm. And so the hand lifts gently away from the mat in the center. Press your knuckles down. Another nice visual can be, imagine you're holding a basketball. So slight lifting of the center of the hand while the rest, the outer part of the hand, presses down. Yeah, good. And then press even more into your index finger and your thumb. All right, we've placed a lot of attention on the hands, no? Knees come underneath your hips. As you inhale, we'll begin this vinyasa version. So as we inhale, we'll drop the belly, tip the tailbone up. Keep your ribs knitted together as you inhale, lift your heart, lift your gaze. And as you exhale, curl your tailbone under, round your back and drop your head. As you inhale, drop your belly, lift your tail, look forward. And as you exhale, round, send your tailbone back, this time toward your heels. And take a full breath here in child's pose. We'll take that vinyasa one more time. It's as simple as that. So we'll inhale, drop the belly as your hips stack over your knees, your shoulders over your wrists, your heart shines forward. As you exhale, round the back, drop the head. Inhale again, belly drops, tailbone tips up, cow pose. And exhale, reach back, hips toward heels, child's pose. Take a full breath. Inhale, rise back up to tabletop. And come back to your heels. So that's option one. Option two, we'll be on hands and feet, but we'll lift our hips, starting in downward dog. So if you'd like, you can join me, or just continue with that hands and knees version. So spread your fingers. If you'd like, tuck your toes and lift your hips, downward dog. Now before we move, let's bring the attention to the legs. Bring your feet about hips width distance or more. And imagine your inner thighs are drawing back to the wall behind you. So as if I could take my hand to the top of your thigh, I could roll it toward the other leg and through between your legs to wrap behind toward the back wall. So imagine that sensation, a little bit of little internal rotation of the thighs. And then if your elbows are jutting out to the side walls, wrap them a little more toward your head. So instead of arms swinging out, arms draw inward. A little rotation outward of the upper arm. All right, we've been here a little while. As you inhale, draw your chin to your heart and wave forward so that shoulders stack over your wrists and lower your knees. Inhale, lift your heart. As you exhale, send your elbows back in space, come down to your belly. From the tops of the feet to the mat. And as you inhale, roll the shoulders off the ground, your collarbones and your heart. And as you exhale, release your head down to the earth. Tuck your toes under, press up to all fours. Lift your knees, send your tailbone high. Take a full breath, and we'll retreat. Inhale, chin toward heart, roll forward. Exhale, lower your knees to the ground. Inhale, press the ground away, little lift of the gaze to the front edge of your mat. Exhale, elbows brush the ribs all the way down. Tops of feet to the mat. And inhale, begin to lift up, low cobra. And exhale, release back down. Press up onto all fours. Tuck your toes, downward dog. Let's try the next version if you'd like. Inhale, wave forward to plank. Pause here. Knees stay lifted. As you inhale, shift forward, the weight a little forward into your toes. And bending your elbows, brush your ribs, come all the way down to the ground. Tops of feet to the mat. Roll your shoulders back, lift your heart, maybe extend your arms. High cobra. And tucking your toes, exhale, send your hips up and back. Take a full breath. One more cycle. Inhale, wave forward. Exhale, pause here, gather your strength. As you inhale, shift forward a touch on your toes. Exhale, bend your elbows straight back, lower in one line. Tops of feet to the mat. Inhale, begin to peel your heart forward, lifting up. And exhale, tuck your toes, hips go up and back. Take a full breath, then we'll take a rest. Gently lower your knees. Come back to sit on your heels. Vinyasas do a lot on the wrists. We hold our weight on our hands a lot, right? So let's release the wrists. Interlace your fingers. Make a nice figure eight. And reverse. Little love for the wrists. Turn your palm forward, fingers down, little stretch. And then turn the back of the hand away from you. Stretch the top of your wrist. And other hand, pressing gently back. And reverse, back of the hand away. Release, give your hands a little shake. And check in with your energy. Was any of those options a particular favorite? Was any too challenging for today for whatever reason? Maybe you're not feeling very energetic. Maybe you don't have a particular strength in a place. We're all working on something. So choose the option that feels like the special balance between challenging, but not too challenging. So effort is required, but you can find some sweetness in that effort. If you'd like to try a couple other options, we can build on from what we've just explored, or you can take one of the others. If you want to explore option 4 with me, we'll meet in down dog to start. So this option will include a chaturanga. So a chaturanga is a bit like the push-up we've been doing, but instead of coming down to the ground, we'll pause. So your body won't touch the earth. Instead, your elbows will bend to 90 degrees, and that's as far as you'll go. If you'd like to watch me, you're welcome to, and then you can try it with me later. So as you inhale, wave forward back to that plank that we've been doing, shoulders over wrists. As you exhale, gather your strength by pressing the earth away. As you inhale, rock forward on your toes like before. Exhale, bend the elbows straight back, lower down slowly till your elbows come 90 degrees, pause. Ooh, inhale, shift your heart forward. This is upward dog, knees off the earth. And exhale, hips up and back, downward dog. It's not easy to do while talking, but for you, I'll do it one more time. Join me if you like, or just keep watching. Inhale, wave forward to plank. Exhale, press the earth away. Inhale, rock forward on your toes. Bend your elbows till your upper arms come parallel to the ground. Then inhale, upward dog. And exhale, downward dog. Take a full breath. And release. Come on down, take a rest. Shake out the wrists. So chaturanga is a complex move. Some classes just automatically throw them in, but if you're not familiar with the chaturanga, it can be complex to execute. And it requires a lot of the arms. So it's important to understand that placement of the hands and the upper arms. And you can learn chaturanga via video, but I would suggest working with a teacher, either in an in-person class or in a one-on-one private connect, which nowadays you can easily do online, if that's a pose that you want to master. Because there is a lot going on, and a teacher can help you identify the places to build strength, places to build ease. All right, one more option if you want, which is going to incorporate a little more balance into this vinyasa. So we'll add the element of a one-legged plank. And I'll call this option 5A and 5B. So 5A, not that we have to keep track of the counting. One option here with the one-legged is to do a one-legged plank, then lower your foot, then take the push-up of your choice. So you can come all the way to your belly, or you can take chaturanga. Final option that I'll show you is we can do one-legged plank and one-legged chaturanga. So this is the most challenging. It can be fun to explore. It can also be too much. And I'll tell you, it's not something I have in my regular practice, but it can be fun to explore some days. And then other days when my energy isn't there, no way, it's not happening. All right, 2 more options for vinyasa. Take a nice big shoulder roll. And this is how that one goes. Plant your hands shoulder width. Find that thumbtack sensation. Find your outer elbows hugging in toward the midline so that you have that outer wrapping of your upper arm bone. Curl your toes under, lift up, downward dog. Feel that inner spiraling of the thighs. Inhale, send your right heel toward the sky. So now you're in a 3-legged dog. And as you inhale, rock forward, shoulders over wrists. You can leave that leg in the air. One-legged plank. Lower the toes to the mat. Inhale, rock forward. Now from here, chaturanga or to your belly. You can mix and match these options. And then inhale, low cobra, high cobra, or up dog, knees off the ground. Exhale, tuck your toes, downward dog. Other side, inhale, left heel toward the sky. And exhale, shift forward to plank. Lower your toes. Inhale, shift forward. And exhale, chaturanga or belly. And then your heart opener, low cobra. Extend the arms, high cobra. Or lift the kneecaps, up dog. And then exhale, tuck your toes, lift your hips all the way up and back. One more vinyasa together, guys. You choose the one you like. Take a full breath as you prepare. If you want one-legged chaturanga, this is your chance. Inhale, right heel to the sky. Exhale, shift forward, one-legged plank. Keep your leg lifted. Shift forward, bend the elbows. One-legged chaturanga. Lower the toes, upward dog. Exhale, downward dog. Take a breath. Inhale, left heel to the sky. Exhale, shift forward on your toes. Keep your back foot flexed. Inhale, shift forward. Bend your elbows. One-legged chaturanga. Toes down, upward dog. Exhale, down dog. Take a full breath. Lower your knees. Take your knees wide, your toes together. Reach the hips toward the heels and rest in child's pose. If the ground feels far away, just stack your fists and make a pillow for your head. Anytime I've been working hard on my mat and I need a little release, I like to breathe out the mouth in full permission to make a little noise here. Sigh away any tension or pent up energy. Stay connected to your breath as you soften here in your child's pose. And as you're ready, walk your hands back toward you. Come to a seat. You can either sit on your heels and kneel, or you can swing your legs around, come to your seat. So our vinyasas, a lot of the time our arms are forward, right? In our down dog or all fours. In our plank, they're still like this. Even as we lower down, our arms are still forward, right? And then as we open our hearts and as we head back to down dog, our arms are always in this position. So after a lot of vinyasas, I like to take a nice big shoulder roll. Up and back and down. Starting to back, open that front of the chest, right? And something else that can be really nice is a shoulder and chest stretch. So interlace your fingers behind you. Oh yeah. Do you feel that opening up the chest again? Few breaths. And release, nice and easy. One more, figure eights for your wrists. And reverse. Shake out the hands. So there you have it, 5 different options for when the teacher says, take a vinyasa. I sometimes even will say, vinyasa of your choice. now you have a menu. If you've ever wondered, what does she mean by that? What choices do I have? You have a few things that you can explore the next time that you're on your mat. What I love about yoga is it's a lifelong exploration. So if any of these doesn't feel appropriate for you now, no worries. You have plenty of time later. Namaste, my friends.